In this video, I'm going to show you how to create these super simple emboss and deboss text effects in Figma. So let's jump in. So we're going to start by selecting the frame tool, and we're going to draw out the frame here, and we're going to change the fill to an off-white or a color, whatever you prefer, but something like this so that we can see the highlights of our text. Now we're going to add our text, and so I'm going to type in emboss, and I'm going to reposition that, and you can use any font for this, but I am using Emboss Neue. And we're just going to change the fill of our text. We're going to hit the sample color here, and we're going to select the color of our background. Now we're going to give it a couple of effects. So first we're going to give it an inner shadow, and this is going to be our highlights. So we're going to make the color white, set the opacity to 100%, and we're going to change these values here. So X I'm going to set to 1.5, Y to 3, and the blur to around 3 as well. Now we're going to give it another effect, and it's going to be an inner shadow as well. This time it's going to be our shadows, so we can keep it at black, but I'm going to make the X value 1 and the Y value -2. So it's going to be at the bottom of our text, and the blur at around 3. Cool, so we have got our emboss text effect, and you can play around with these values. So maybe I want to go back to the highlights and change this to 2, and the blur we could increase it, decrease it. I think 3 is about right. Maybe the shadow needs to be a little bit bigger, so we can make that -3, -3 and 1, but you get the point. So you can kind of play around with it. You can increase the values here, and it's going to increase the size of the embossing. But basically we've created our embossed text effect. Now we can do the same for our deboss. So if I select my frame here, I'm just going to duplicate this. Let's call this deboss. Cool. And if we open up the effects, we can basically invert this. So if our Y is -3, we're going to make it 3 for our highlights, our shadows. And we can make our highlights -3. And we can go back to our shadows and play around with this. Might want it a little bit deeper. Maybe something like that. We can increase the opacity, decrease it. Maybe we want it at 30. And we might want to decrease our highlights. But basically, we have created our deboss effect. And so that is how to create your emboss and deboss text effects in Figma.